Hello and welcome. This is Vickery's Verdict. Newport County against Accrington Stanley on the 28th of March 2016. This is the report from Rodney Parade. The attendance was 2,218. Pre-match thoughts. County have several injuries, so important they absorb the slick Accrington approach play and pick holes. Conditions: bright, breezy, pitch again troublesome in patches and difficult to play consistent football on. Summing up our performance in one statement: had the better chances before Accrington took control and threat faded. Turning point: opening Accrington goal was enough to give them impetus. County were forced into three changes with defender Andrew Hughes injured. It allowed Scott Barrow an opportunity left side of midfield, with Ben Davis slotting in as left back. Mehdi Alito was also missing from the listed team, and Jan Klukowski started. County were dealt a blow up front with John Christoph Aina injured, and Jake Goslin came into a five-man midfield to mirror the 4-5-1 formation of Accrington. County started well with the keen wind behind, encouraging them to get forward, and Barrow and Rodman were prominent with some testing runs on the left and right flank respectively. Accrington were first to threaten on 6 minutes when they sliced down the right side of the pitch with too much ease. Mingoya was quick to snap up a loose ball and drive forward in tandem with Windus. From the right side of the area, the low cross to the front post was seized upon by Key, who found space to manoeuvre a shot on the turn from 8 yards, which Day blocked well, and Davis headed the rebound over from 10 yards. County created a good move on the counter on 12 minutes, with Goslin linking well to find Rodman on the right side of the pitch. He cut inside with a jinking run and was scythed down by Davis, who was booked for the challenge, with Accrington in trouble. County continued to enjoy possession, with the wind forcing Accrington deeper, but they overplayed several passes and the momentum was lost. Accrington played some measured passes forward when invited, with Key intelligent in his hold-up and link play. Accrington eased into the game, with Windus providing plenty of energy, and they continued to pick holes well on the right channel, with County slow to avert the danger. County created a couple of decent opportunities midway through the half, which should really have reaped dividends. On 25 minutes, Barrow made a forcer run down the left flank after a quick pass forward from Davis, and he got a touch ahead of Davis. He carried the ball to the left side of the area and played a decent looking cross into the 6-yard box, but it was just too strong for Bolden to apply the finishing touch. County were buoyed by their approach play and went close again on 27 minutes when they switched play well from the right side to the left side of the area. Barrow anticipated well to retrieve the ball, and his deep cross was read beautifully by Goslin, but his first half volley from 8 yards was saved well by the legs of the keeper Etheridge. County had another chance on the half hour, with Accrington caught out after the move broke down, and Byrne released a good pass down the middle for Klukowski. He sidestepped the challenge and had space in front, but his low effort from 18 yards went straight at the keeper. County then had a couple of corners from their pressure, but they lacked a cutting threat, allowing Accrington to clear effectively. On 35 minutes, County paid a heavy price for the inability to take the chances, when Accrington made the most of some charity offered deep inside the area. Windus caused problems with a direct run that was left unchecked, and despite his cross being only half cleared, County failed to clear effectively, with Holmes delaying his clearance. The ball was prized away by Mingoya. His deft cross into the box floated deep, and Key made the most of the space to blast home from 6 yards. Accrington gained confidence from the goal, with County continuing hound and unsettle County into some hurried clearances. The second goal on 37 minutes came again from indecision by County defending the left channel, when he really should have cleared into Rosie. Mingoya was allowed too much freedom to meet the byline, and he showed good vision to pick out the run of Windus, who stabbed home from 8 yards as he got across a challenge from Jones. County made efforts to pick up their game as half-time approached, but offered little threat in behind, with Bolden left far too isolated and their crossing continued to be littered with poor quality. County made a change at half-time, with Donacien being replaced by Owen Evans, who went right side of midfield, with Barrow reverting to left back. County provided some early crosses from both flanks, but lacked physical presence to worry the Accrington defence, who were able to clear effectively and efficiently. Accrington set their stall out to play on the break, with plenty of room offered by County down the middle of the pitch, with Brown and Windus seeing the ball early. County had a glimmer of a chance on 53 minutes when Rodman drove forward beyond Pearson and cut a hopeful ball back to the left side of the area, and Gosling had his low effort from 16 yards blocked by Hughes. On 60 minutes, another simple break by Accrington sliced open County down the middle, and with no challenge forthcoming, Brown hit a rising effort just over the bar from 25 yards. County made another change on 62 minutes, with Klukowski replaced by Partridge, who appeared to slot into a holding role just in front of central defence. Accrington continued to offer the more threat, with Windus chief tormentor with his quick feet. On 68 minutes, he came inside from the right side of the area and curled a decent effort just wide of the left post. Accrington made a double substitution soon after. Windus sacrificed for Bocco, and Fosu Henry replacing McConville. County repaid a compliment, with Tom Meachan making his debut up front in place of Davis. County offered a little more creativity in the final 15 minutes, despite lacking cohesion to worry an Accrington defence. Bowden saw a lot of the ball, with County electing to play direct, but was often left isolated, and a lot of the moves were stifled before they got off the ground. When County did manage to show the nerve and strength to keep the ball, Accrington did bite, and County got a few free kicks in decent positions. On 85 minutes, Gosling struck an excellent effort from 25 yards, which dipped just over the bar after Byrne had been bowled over by Brown. County kept plugging away, but struggled to put 5 passes together, and a lot of their build-up was laboured and too predictable to trouble the Accrington rearguard. Accrington held on strongly and may have extended their lead in injury time when casual defending by County again on the left side of the area, allowing Keane to break free from 3 players, but his shot at the front post was saved by Day. Player ratings: Day 6. Allowed defence to sit too deep on times, did well dealing with back passes which were sometimes played short, made a couple of smart saves low down. Holmes 5. Too casual with some of his distribution and didn't win enough of those 50-50 challenges. Saw little of him in the final third. Davis 5. Did alright in the air, standing in as a centre back. Distributed well, but his positional play was lax on both the goals. Jones 6. Appears to be carrying a knock at the moment. Stifled a threat outside the box well, but looked vulnerable inside the box. Donacien 5. Should really be winning more in the air with his presence, but often indecisive, allowing the ball to drop. Distribution was erratic. Klukowski 6. Got caught between the two, stood off too many challenges but never really threatened inside the final third, missing a decent chance. Rodman 6. Had limited spells when he threatened, drove forward to stretch the defence and provided several crosses before fading later in the game. Byrne 5. Got brushed off several challenges and never really got a foothold in the game, restricted on set pieces and general threat. Barrow 6. Made efforts to make things happen and provided several decent crosses first half, when he was bowled. Faded later in the game and was forced back by Mingoya. Gosling 7. One positive today was eager to make an impression and took responsibility while others wavered. Provided some good passes and link play. Bowden 6. Did his best to provide an outlet without little protection from the referee. Was often left far too isolated and made to look poor playing with back to goal. SWOT analysis of the opponents. Strengths: their team ethic and work they did off the ball to unsettle County was just as important as what they did with it. Creative in and around the edge of the area. Weaknesses: when they pushed on, they did leave holes down both flanks, which better sides would have punished. Central defenders were ordinary when turned. Opportunities: kept play ticking over. They upped their efforts off the ball after they had scored and picked holes down the middle second half. Threats. Key was pivotal up top with his guile and link play. Windass and McConville busy in support. Officials. C. Sargentson 7. Got the key decisions right. A little lenient on times with the pull-in, but consistent nevertheless. Man of the match. Scott Windass, Accrington number 8. Worked tirelessly. Had an eye for a quick pass and cross. Was cutting runs that hurt County, especially down the right side. If you were Warren Feeney, what would you do? County were very much in this match until the opening goal, and had they taken their early chances, there may have been a different outcome. However, the response after that will be somewhat a concern for County manager Warren Feeney, because Accrington always had the better over County with their superior work rate and creativity in the final third. County didn't show enough appetite to work off the ball, were often too casual with their defending, with the left side continuing to be a problem, and the first goal should have been cleared to Rosette safety long before the effort was buried by Key. County also overplayed a series of passes forward from deep in the first half when they had the wind behind them, and didn't really show the nerve to hold and want the ball enough today. It was enough today for Accrington to press and force them into mistakes and kick long to hopefully for Bowden to collect. This was never going to work when he was left far too isolated, allowing Accrington to turn defence into attack with ease. It will be important County do not let this season fizzle out in the coming weeks. The one thing they can guarantee from Yeovil in the next match is a very competitive game, because they have fought and dogged their way away from the threat of relegation. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've liked Mark Vickery's report from Rodney Parade. That's Mark Vickery's verdict, and hope to see you on the next report. Thank you very much, and peace out.